Hello, this is Monty Parent with Outdoor Fathers. You know, we've all had life-changing conversations or conversations that had a great impact on us, and I was fortunate to have one of those years ago with a good friend of mine that I'd known most of my life. This was a friend whose father was a man that I consider one of my mentor fathers. It's kind of ironic because I never asked him any advice. I never had a conversation with him about raising children. I just watched him, and the reason I watched him is because I liked the results he was getting. I liked the children that he was raising. I liked the adults that they were becoming. And I had the good fortune of being friends with one of his sons. And one day in a restaurant, I looked at him and I asked him, I said, what do you attribute your parents' success in raising you to? Or more specifically, your father's success in raising you to? And he looked at me and said, Monty, he just gave a darn. And he didn't say it in quite those words, but I understood what he meant. And at the time, you know, I really didn't. It didn't make the impact on me that it did later on. I was looking for something that time maybe a little deeper, a little wordier. But the farther I got away from that conversation, the more profound it became to me, because I realized that in his words, he just summed it up. He just made it clear that it came down to, in my opinion. Well, let me just say this: if you know, the famous saying is that children don't come with directions. Well, my contention is that if a child was born and came out with one piece of paper out of the womb, and you opened up that piece of paper and it said, love me, and you were determined to understand what that meant and try to get it right, then you'd do a good job of raising that child. Here's the challenge. People don't know what love is. The reason they don't know what love is because they've been influenced by so much of this Hollywood junk that's based on feelings. Well, when my sons were conceived, I decided that I was going to love them. I didn't know what they were going to be like. I didn't know what their personalities were going to be like. I didn't know what they're going to put me through, but I decided that I was going to love them, and I decided that, I decided that I was going to learn to understand what that meant. And what I came up with is that meant that I was going to do the best that I could for them. I wasn't going to give them everything they wanted, but I was going to give them all the love they needed, and I was going to do my best to become the best person that would empower me to become the best father that I could be. Do I get it right? Absolutely not. I'm a work in progress. They know that, and I make mistakes, and part of my loving process is to go to them and tell them that I made a mistake and then try to correct that. If more people would understand that love is a decision, then they'd have a real good chance of raising kids that they'd be real excited about, or real excited about having as a part of their life. This is Monty Parent with Outdoor Fathers. Get outdoors.